attacker's objective is to defuse the bomb. The defender has left the designated staging area. Five seconds remaining.
Glass loaded!
15 seconds remaining. Attackers. Located the diffuser. Located a bomb. Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser. Drop the bomb diffuser. Attackers drop the bomb diffuser. dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers recover the diffuser. 10 seconds left. 15 seconds remaining. Attackers drop the diffuser. 10 seconds remaining. Defenders have disabled the bomb diffuser. Defender mission successful. Attackers have located a bomb. Attackers bomb. Defenders have eyes on the diffuser. Attackers need to protect it.
Reloading! Cover me!
5 seconds to go. Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser. Left. 10 seconds to go. Attackers bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers activating the diffuser. Defender is approaching a kill zone. Defender has been discovered. Attackers have located a bomb. 15 seconds to go.
Reloading!
Attackers recover the
I found one.
Attackers have dropped the bomb. Bomb located by attackers.
I'm here, buddy. Activated device.
seconds remaining. Left. Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser. Defenders have located the diffuser. Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers activating diffuser. Defenders have eyes. Bomb located by attackers. Diffuser has been dropped. dropped. A bomb has been located. 10 seconds left. Attackers have recovered their defeat. Attackers. Bomb diffuser has been dropped. 10 seconds left. Attackers have dropped the bomb. Drop the bomb. Seconds to go. There has been dropped. Five minutes left. Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
And hello everybody, Hope you all are doing great. We are here tonight to start casting the semi-final at this point from the lower bracket. That would seem really dumb if I was to mess that up. I am not alone tonight, nor am I ever. I'm joined today by the one and only wonderful Giraffero. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, hello, hello. I am not a comedian caster, but I'm along for the ride with Hans here. This is a really quick intro because we do have a lot to unpack tonight, Hans. Tonight
We
we
absolutely do.
will, yes, we will be doing Sonics versus Luminosity. This is a match I've been wanting to cast for so long. I prepared so much for this today, and I'm so eager to go through all of this with you guys. So I believe you can lead this one, Hans, depending on what you want to do first. We have a little bit of a map pool overlay setup for you guys, as
Oh
well
yeah.
as a team roster overlay.
So I think people already know the teams. We could keep that for later because the map bans have been done more or less behind closed curtains. It's not exactly private, but the link has not been publicly posted either. So do you want to talk about the maps first?
Sure. All right.
All right. So
So
let's jump into the first one. Oh, damn it. Give me a sec. I hadn't added your microphone to that source. Audio input. No, audio output. Sorry. So my bad. My bad. We've done that really last second. There you
all
go.
right.
Start over.
There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So Consulate is a interesting map, predictable one at that. Though it gives a definite chance to the attackers, because again with this predictable setup, it allows the attackers to find new ways into the objective, to get new ways really into the objective, especially with that courtyard setup. It allows more and more angles to be held with every single strat, every single meta that comes to fruition. Now, speaking of coastline in the setup, once more, you obviously are going to have the center courtyard, but surrounding it is going to be a very routine set of hallways, which meaning it's going to have lots of long angles for you to hold. And by that, it is also going to have lots of long rotations and lots of long flanks that present itself to the attackers or really defenders. So, uh, this being said, the utility of the attackers is going to be a big factor of their success. We mean operators like Gridlock, we mean operators like Nomad, right? Like Capitao. Those are going to be staples in the success of whichever team can use them to their right abilities. And with hard breaching, I can't really say too much about hard breaching in Coastline because it's not a very big factor. It has never really been a very big factor because, of course, if you know what you're doing on Coastline, especially with the small map setup of it, you don't necessarily need to be hard breaching. I think really the only site you would need to hard breach on would be Penthouse, and of course that is definitely not a pro league meta site. So
Oh,
yeah,
definitely not.
oh yeah. So yeah, that is just about it for Coastline talking about it as a map. But yeah, if you want to go on to the next map, I see you're ready to do Consulate. All
All
right.
right. Oh, so I have to do it now. Wow, you
Oh,
are putting me on the spot.
I mean, if you want me to do Consulate, I just was seeing that you were prepared to open up Consulate to for the slideshow.
All right, so you take it over because to be honest, you're the analyst and you are way better than me at doing this. So do what you do best.
All right. Well, yeah. Sorry about the slideshow for Consulate. It's a little bit yeah, it's a little bit messed up. We had to do this in very short amounts of time, but nonetheless, getting actually into the unpacking of Consulate as a map, as a strategy component to any team. So, Consulate has lots of surface area, meaning it has lots and lots of area to go over, right? It has a three-floor setup, one being the basement, the first floor, and then the second floor. And with that comes a lot of opportunities and more potential for roaming. So, lots and lots of utility is going to have to go into this and time, for that matter, in order to counter a potential roam from the defenders. So, any roam coming from the defenders should hopefully be countered and in a swift manner, especially from these two high-level teams. But Other than that, yeah, so operators like, of course, Nomad, Gridlock, Capital, just like I was been saying, they're going to be preventing any flanks, any rotations, anything of the likes of that. And along with that, if, for example, if you were to take the garage and cafe site, you would want to use the verticality to your advantage, let's say. Okay, so that is going to be another factor going into this, right? Verticality, you're also going to be talking flanks, something from the yellow stairs, right? The actual rotation from cafe if it presents itself, okay? And even operators coming from different outlets. So there are a ton of different spots, especially on the bottom sites, that you can have to present flank opportunities and, of course, everything around that. One last thing to talk about for Consulate before I talk you guys out of this match now is repelling. There's a lot of repelling for these operators to actually have an opportunity to do. So, repelling is kind of a double-edged sword, right? You have to watch your flank with repel, and this is again something that we have covered a lot, right? It's utility. Lots of utility has to go into preventing a flank. So, if the right utility is not capitalized upon, then it might turn into a massacre for those operators who are repelling. And unfortunately, we have seen this quite a lot in the past few matches we've been casting, and it does not turn out well for the result of the end of this or these attacking rounds. But nonetheless, I believe that is just about it for Consulate. Of course, there's a few other things that I could actually unpack, but I will not go any farther. I've already talked about it at length in other times, so I will let you take this one away from me.
So the next thing we'd have to talk about, as the players are slowly but surely joining into the game, so the game will start just about at the expected hour here. We talked about the maps, but the maps are going to be populated by two teams that I really hope everybody knows by now. So really presenting the teams in depth would be more or less redundant and not as interesting as, say, a new team or an up-and-coming team as presentation could be. However, we have prepared for you guys a few little eye candy or infographics, should I call them? And I believe these would be really interesting to present. So, do you want to talk about the teams next?
Sure, of course.
Who do you want to start with?
So I will start with Sonics, because that is a favorite of mine. All right, Sonics. Oh, I am so excited to be casting them tonight. We're going to have Super, Goddess, Slebin, Gomphy, and Neptune. So, obviously, Super and Goddess being the support players on this venture tonight. They are very quite interesting players. Goddess being the only current female in Pro League Rainbow Six Siege. I won't go too much on a tangent on that, but again, it is absolute honor for me to be casting her tonight, being one of the only girl casters right now in ESL itself. So, of course, amazing opportunity, but getting into the rest of the team, we will be having Slebin and Gomphy on the entry frag. And of course, at the bottom for each player is going to be their cost, right? Their kills objective, I believe something I completely forgot what the rest of the abbreviation was, but you guys get the point. It basically means the percentage of their actual use and their rating throughout the game. It goes beyond the lines of actual roles in the game, so you can obviously see that Goddess has a 0.63 even on support, while Gomphy has a 0.68 as an entry fragger. So they have similar, if not basically equal, footing for their costs. But I shall get into Slebin and Gompy. So those two operators are going to be big for fragging and big for utility, big for opportunities onto the objective. Of course, we know that Goddess and Super are going to be our intel people. They're going to be helping Slebin and Gompy get those kills on the objective, off the objective, whatever you want to call it. So they will be vital in the process of eliminating the rest of the operators, but again, they do have a heavy reliance on those two operators to actually execute anything for the round. So this might come to a detriment to them as time rolls on and as Luminosity can kind of take advantage of that factor. But one player I haven't talked about yet, Neptunes. He is going to be on Flex, his cost being 0.61. He also is sort of a fragger player. He plays quite a lot of different operators, but yeah. So I'll keep it short and sweet for Sonics, but yeah, if you want to actually go to Luminosity now.
Absolutely. Let's just hope that does not fail. There we go. Sometimes I do have a few technical difficulties doing this transition, but here we are.
Alrighty, so uh Hyena, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hyena and Doodle will be on support tonight. They are a pretty good support team. They obviously have been together for a little bit. Luminosity has had pretty good results for being a team only banded for not actually that long. I'm not quite sure the numbers, but yeah, they're a pretty good duo together. I'd have to say that we should be seeing them quite a lot on those hard breaching efforts tonight. And Slash is going to be our flex. He's a new addition to the team, so we don't have any cost on him for the previous Pro League season, but he will be hopefully a staple in their strategy tonight. Along with this, we will be seeing Factor and Rexon. Now, I have been actually informed that Factor is our X Factor here. He is the literal X Factor of Luminosity. He has got the frag potential, he's got the clutch potential that we do want to see out of a player like him. And along with this, Rexon, he's also a gunny. We know this, alright? We definitely are going to be expecting this from him, and I'm excited to see what this team can pull out tonight. Now, I'm sorry that I'm taking a little bit too long on unpacking these guys. I'm sure you guys already know mostly everything about these teams, if not all information you can possibly get, of course, since you guys are watching the lower downs of this type of competition. So I'm sure you guys are at least familiar with what these teams have to offer, but I will stop talking now. Being this resident analyst, I'm probably boring you guys like crazy.
Well, I still have this overlay that really does mess things up. But yeah, we are just about ready to start the game at this point. The only notable thing missing is, well, a 10th player, actually, the 5th player on the Luminosity team who yet has to connect. And as I say this, here we are. So let's just make sure that the players are ready. So, I believe we've not actually gone over this. They say no. Okay, so we still have a few minutes. Coastline, our first map, Sonics, our Luminosity, will be attacking first. Should we have an overtime situation, Sonics will have the first say on attack. So yeah, people apparently still do like the production value. I'm glad you people enjoy. We did definitely put a lot of time into this. So LG are ready.
Our Sonic's ready.
Both are ready. All right. So good luck, have fun, and may the best team win.
Alrighty. So before the game actually starts here, I am going to predict a 2-0 for Luminosity, but obviously we do see her though that Luminosity apparently has 2 points already.
Yeah, I had not reset that since yesterday, so let's just do that real quick. Sorry
There
about
we
that.
go. There we go. All right. Well, yeah, just making sure that is done up. And our first ban will be Lion. Okay, so this definitely seems like a target ban and or something to prevent a potential rush. I can't really see too much outside of that. It's definitely not uncommon that Sonics picks uncommon situational operators to ban. So something definitely to expect from them as a whole team. Now, Capital is going to be taken out as well. Again, Comfort Operator to be taken out. He has such a powerful operator. And Maestro. Of course, Logical Ban, another powerful operator. Plant Denial, amazing 81 mag capacity LMG. You can't really expect too much more from an operator ban. But Mira will be our final ban. That was actually a really quick sequence there. And with that being said, Mira being taken off the board, lots of interesting bans. Of course, the one kind of ban we didn't expect to see tonight would be Lion. And just as I previously had stated, Sonics is no stranger to pulling out those unconventional bans. So again, something we can definitely expect for them is to be planning for a Lion use, or maybe planning for that situational Lion uh, counter. So yeah.
You know what I kind of like here that we are getting closer and closer to the final is team. Well, obviously they're big team names, but the players kind of do know each other. So when we were coming off of the open qualifiers, though they're good players, we don't exactly know them, or
Attackers need to
the
locate
teams did
and
not
defuse
exactly
the
know each other. So here, the synergy between the two teams is definitely going to be a bit different, and I do believe it is in the. I do believe it is a positive here.
Sure. Okay, so we don't... Okay, alright, I just wanted to make sure that was a thing. Now, something quite interesting to be seeing here out of the blue from Sonics is going to be the Doke pick. She obviously is not a pick that we haven't seen before in the map of Coastline. Of course, it is a way to generate some buzz about the roam ring situation, and of course, it is a way to pick up extra intel for a team attacking these types of sites. So she is, all in all, a good pick, but I'm quite
shit.
interested to see how she actually is going to be played out tonight.
There is, I do realize there is a mistake in the in-game overlay, Luminosity. Yeah, I will correct that typo as soon as we're in between two rounds, because, yeah, I'm doing Observer as well, so should I do anything else, we would lose the POVs, but I absolutely saw that. You take it over, I'm kind of
Yeah, it's
already
alright,
thinking
alright.
about
So
that.
we'll be seeing a very aggressive Legion now. He will be going in the office area, but yeah, he did take a seemingly impressive stance at the main door with Luminosity coming in here. Now, Slash is going to be droning out, surprisingly enough, the Sunrise. So, yeah, we can definitely expect a lower level execute going up to the higher levels as time goes out, and potential pressure going towards Legion and Blue Bar. Yeah, Legion is going to be an operator that will have to receive some type of pressure if Jackal wants to take control. Just as I say that, Jackal is going to finish off the Slebin in the main hallway.
So here Slash is absolutely going for the verticality, and Neptune's was tagged. We'll know exactly where he is, but yeah, having Doc on the objective is no surprise to anybody. So not too much intel has been gained on that. Like, ideally, you'd want to know where the roamers are, and that Inox tag here was not exactly going to achieve that. So the situation here will not exactly be progressing, but flashes are going to be going out to destroy any and all ADS devices as the next nade will come in, but nobody was anywhere near. So nicely done here, nicely executed, but Luminosity were able to adjust themselves quite rapidly to that.
Yeah, and surprisingly at that. So, of course, we know that their positioning is going to be key here, and they were able to move out in the time needed, so it is really good on them to do that. Now, as I say that, Smoke, unfortunately did not move, but with no avail to that grenade in the end. Now, Aqua Balcony is going to be held along with the main hookah window. So, again, lots of repelling opportunities for the attack here. They are going to be taking the chance to potentially form up and execute on one of the bomb sites here soon, with only about 42 seconds left in the round. Doke using out one of her charges, attempting to get the extra intel that she needs. Just as I say that, Neptune's going to grab a kill on Factor, and with lots more refrags going down, 3v2 situation. Blue Stairs is now going to be contested by the attack, with Jaeger having to watch dual angles. Gomfy having to hold his own now in the objective. Hookahs is definitely going to be contested at this point. 3v1 situation with Gomfy left, and he's going to take down one. Will he be able to take down the others? The plant is going to stop. He pulls out a suppressed pistol, but he gets bested by the IQ.
Yep, by the IQ. So the rappel game is really strong, especially if you're surrounded and being shot at from many, many different angles. One small question, damn it, we won't have the replays for the first round. I had stupidly not started the replay buffer, but Luminosity's typo will be updated. And yeah, I'll just let you cast also the analysis for this round, as we had not updated the maps command in the bot, and that's
Also,
something that we definitely have to do. Yep,
For the
go
map
ahead.
ban, you mixed up Luminosity and Sonics. We just got realized of that.
Oh, Damn
Yep.
it, I will do that.
So yeah, just yeah, make sure to fix that when you can. Sorry about that. But yeah, talking about that round in review, lots of things were actually done right on the side of SQ, on the side of Luminosity. Now, I am going to be mixing up these teams, but yeah. So Luminosity, unfortunately, or sorry, Sonics, unfortunately, lost out their first round, but it was actually
the
a very
overlays are
close
wrong,
round.
actually.
Yeah,
They're not just
yeah.
the operator bands, it's the total overlay. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. But yeah, the actual so Sonics unfortunately did lose that round to completely get it right. Rephrase my sentence there, and again, it was a very close round from them, but overall they didn't really get very much opportunity to actually sit in the objective, be able to hold Hookah, because really Luminosity was able to capitalize on it so very quickly that in the end, I mean, holding the amount of angles that they were able to hold and be able to take away from Sonics was just absolutely amazing. So great on both of their parts, but kind of taking the transition now to this next round, Sonics and Luminosity has been fixed. So we now see that Sonics is going to be on defense and Luminosity on attack. Sorry for that, guys, but yeah, I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, so right now we're going to be seeing pretty much more or less the same round as before. After all, Sonics have lost the first round, so they were absolutely free to go there again. The defense seemed to be pretty similar. As far as I can tell, the compositions exactly are the same, so it's really going to come down to execution. Sleben still roaming, but not exactly in the same spot as before. So though he's tagged by Jackal, nobody's going to be hearing the phone that's going to be ringing. But yeah, all in all, it's not going to matter too much. Trying to go for the verticality to no avail. Nobody was really down there, so it was really just a play on chance.
Definitely, we will be seeing the frag, however, go to the floor up above, but with no actual hit points on any of the defenders. Now this is going to be a very emphasized office take with Legion surprisingly not sitting in the office this time around. So if he actually were sitting in office, he might have been able to diffuse some of the pressure coming from there, but instead he actually chose to sit on the penthouse side. But the irony of this is that they won't even be seeing any type of pressure coming from penthouse. So in the end, was it really worth it? Was it really worth it for the Sleben to be sitting on white stairs here? We'll have to see as the round plays out. But even with Legion still up, this is going to allow opportunities for him to play off his traps, off of his intel during this round. Now with the 5v4 situation, it is up to the rest of Luminosity to take control of the objective. They do seem to be forming up and taking a Aqua execute. So with the smoke still being up, however, he will be able to waste some of the defenders, or sorry, some of the attackers' time in terms of the actual execute, attempting to plant the bomb if he does not actually get executed before that.
And as we say that, Toxic Babes are going to be tossed. This is definitely the final push that's coming in here. So Super will absolutely be using all of his utility in an effort to prevent the plant of the diffuser. It's not going to be the smoke. It's going to be his gun that gets the job done. The result is still the same. Diffuser is not being planted, and with only 17 seconds remaining, it's now a 2v3 situation. Does not seem too overwhelming, but still, they have very little wiggle room to work with. Hyena here going for the peak, gets a first kill, gets refragged quite rapidly here. Sonics winning the second round, and they got their defense here, which is something that is going to force us to go to another room. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah.
So somebody actually talked in the chat. Who is casting? I haven't heard these voices before. I am new to the ESL scene. Hans is definitely not new. He is going to be a community caster. If you would like to look him up on the caster list, he's technically listed as a French caster, but he is English speaking, so obviously you can see. But I am not an ESL caster. My name is Jenna Giraffe Road. Just to introduce myself very quickly to all the new people that went in the stream. So yes, hello.
Yeah, long story short, I kind of realized that if I was going to cast in French, nobody was going to be understanding what I say. Therefore, I switched to English. So far, it seems to be going pretty well. My main fear was that my accent was set to be annoying to some people. I thought people would not exactly like the accent. So far, however, it does seem to be going over pretty well. Nobody has said, like, I don't know. Nobody has gone to great lengths to tell me I should cast in French, so I will take this as an absolute win. Wow.
Yeah. Well, of course. I mean, you are going to be taking that as you kind of have to take that as a win, especially absolutely nobody has said anything bad about your voice. Nobody. I think you really just take it at that point as a insecurity. But no more talk about that. Sorry,
Maybe.
we kind of veered off a bit, but let's talk about the game itself. So this time around, we will be seeing a lot more holding up in the top floor. So the defense is definitely going to be putting a couple of their operators upstairs and attempting to play potentially on the verticality. Now we will be seeing Zofia Hyena, normally a support player, coming in for the kitchen. So he's going to be taking control of that very, very quickly and concisely. I'm quite interested to see what he can do, the waves he can make throughout this round.
Well, let me put it this way. Obviously, Sonics are deploying quite a lot of utility at the top floor. Verticality is important and everything. I don't really think we have to explain why and how that's a factor. But should Sonics find a way to just go to the objective through the first floor, thus circumventing and effectively short-circuiting all of the preparations that have gone into defending the top floor, that could be a quite effective push. However, it comes with the disadvantage of getting shot at from above. So here we do see more or less of a double-angled push. Some people were at the top floor, though everybody is no longer there. Or no defenders or no attackers are at the top floor anymore. Rexon and IQ are trying to get in, but they will sadly not succeed so far. Pre-fires for all coming in. Sleben taking a bit of damage, but not getting the kill either.
Unfortunately gets killed. That was a bit of a damage haul. Too much for Sleben to take any more engagement with Rexon. He does fall to the office hold now. With the fuser just about in hand, Ash does have the potential to walk into the objective itself. However, we will be seeing now a 4v4 situation, so it is pretty evened out with about 1 minute 10 left on the clock. The attackers are very split up right now, but even though they are split up, they still are holding their own visible angles into the objective, so it still basically equates to that teamwork that we do love to see. Now with the fuser in hand, Ash is going to be advancing towards blue bar, and I would just like to comment about how, yes, you did spell luminosity wrong. You spelled it lumiosity.
God damn it, again,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, again. I actually did not pay attention to that, but yeah, sorry. I will take control of this one while you fix that. Now, Jaeger is going to be potentially walking to blue bar. That flank opportunity is open for him. Zofia watching across the sunrise bar as the slash gets the kill on Gomfi, and the luminosity attackers winning out round 3 on their final engagements. What a play from them.
Yeah, that took its time, but while getting 3 kills in a rapid succession would have even been a triple kill should all 3 kills have come from the same person. Really solid performances here. They took their time. We definitely did see them test the waters. They tried to go upstairs. It was a bit too dangerous for their tastes, so they have gone elsewhere. That being on the first floor, and that ultimately led to Ash planting the diffuser, and then the remaining defenders were just not able to pick a single kill. It went from a 3v3 to a 3v0 really quickly, if I do say so myself.
I think it was not necessarily that the defenders didn't know where the attackers were. They full well knew their positioning and how to counter it, but I think it really came down to the pressure that was mounting on the defenders, having to get back to the objective, the retake opportunity. I feel like in the end they gave up way too much control of the objective in the first place. They allowed the attackers to form up so very easily in such little amounts of time that the plant, even when it was going down, the round was lost for the defenders. They had absolutely no retake available for them. They had very sturdy angles being held by the attackers as is. And again, it doesn't really leave too much opportunities for them to make such a retake. But yeah, sorry if I was getting a little bit repetitive there. I will, I'm a little bit tired, but still got to work through this. Now, with Dokkaebi being put into place once again, would you like to talk about her? I know we have talked about her before, but I kind of want to hear your opinion on this one.
Well, Dokkaebi is definitely a support operator. She really does depend on the help of her team. MK14, SMG12, you really have very limited firepower to work with. So seeing her push an angle solo would be quite surprising. And right now, she definitely is alone. So I would expect Factor either to be droning out for quite a bit of time here or to be repositioning himself to find the help or to actually help somebody out. Because, yeah, you don't want to be you don't want to be Dokkaebi facing off against a few roamers on your own. That's just not a recipe for success. As I say this, however, Hyena here getting a lucky wallbang through the ceiling. Solid plays, and that's going to be Pulse gone. So this is also going to be limiting the intel and intel capabilities on Sonics, as no Valkyrie, no Echo, or what would you? This is really gonna... Pulse was the only intel-based gadget that we had here.
Yeah, and with that being taken off the board now, Sonics is going to be put at a 4v3 situation with Luminosity. Now, with Luminosity still being at odds to, attacker-wise, still being at odds to lose out this round, they do still have time. So an execute is definitely possible from them, but it will have to come in a quick and orderly fashion. Now, with Hyena taking the reins on Blue Stairs, Goddess kind of taking the advantage now with the engagements. That is going to be Hyena down a 2v4 situation as Goddess picks up her double kill of the round. Ash now grabbing us a 2v3 situation and another engagement with Goddess now a 2v2. Rexon grabbing a double kill for himself. The diffuser is going to be not in the hands actually right now of the attacker, so they will go and have to pick that one up. And with Ash being at very low health, they're going to have to do this very quickly now. Castle and Mute sitting on the bottom floor objective, and we will hopefully be able to see something quick here go down.
Absolutely. Sonics here, Castles in particular, are watching the diffuser like a hawk. There's absolutely no way that you can sneak past them, so it's either going to be deathmatch for the diffuser or deathmatch without actually trying to get the diffuser. I don't really see a way around that. And right here, it really might just come down to positioning and intel. The drones, the drone economy here definitely did spot Neptunes. That's why he will be moving around. Super, as far as I know, has not been spotted. He will be taken care of. Both attackers are now really low on health, but the diffuser is going to be planted. Super still has a nitro cell in his back pocket. That could be a game changer. But no, it gets shut out. Diffuser now planted. He gets Dokkaebi down. 1v1 situation. Rexon will toss a stun grenade, which will absolutely deal great damage here, thus putting a damper on Super's push here. And you know, every second counts. He seems to be rotating without Rexon knowing it, but he never ever will be able to destroy the diffuser being sneaky like that. So he will try, however. Will Rexon even allow it? No, he does not. It was obvious that he wasn't going to go for it all the way, and Rexon using the flash.
No, Rexon had 1 health. That could have been such an easy engagement for Super. Damn it. Oh my gosh. I'm so sad that that engagement did not work out for Super. I really was expecting him to be able to clutch that. But in the end, the plays, the evasion from Ash was just too good. It was just too good for the Mute to be able to counter it. But I did actually like how the Ash was able to walk around without the Mute even knowing, and then in the end just kind of flash him and get the easy pickup for the kill. Overall, though, the round in review, yeah, that Mute C4, yeah, it did not work, unfortunately, I believe. Yeah, it was actually shot out by the attacker, so especially being online, that is a feat of its own, but the attackers were able to form up on blue bar pretty quickly before actually having to secure it, so that is definitely a plus going in the round for them. And with, you know, the steady amount of engagement that they have, they won out quite a lot, with the Ash Rexon being able to make quite a lot of kills for herself, more so cementing the MVP status for her, or himself, of the round. But just commenting about the actual team play of that round, it was completely unmatched, right? Doke and Ash they had their sights on that objective, being able to get into blue bar right under the Mute's nose, and not only that, but being able to plant right under the Mute's nose with Rexon having only 1 health was absolutely amazing job by them.
Absolutely, and here we're going to be heading into our 5th round. What's going to be interesting is that we only have seen Hookah and Blue Bar so far. So Sonics were really only able to win out Hookah once. And their role swap is approaching pretty quickly. So should Sonics fail to win the next few rounds, they're going to be looking at a, say, a heavily disadvantaged role swap or midpoint to the game here, as Slash is already starting to put a small amount of pressure on the objective. Does not see anybody, so he will not be gathering too much intel, though it's obvious. Some of the defenders are going to be there, but he does not exactly know who, and by extension, he cannot really say who's not on there, though the droning game of just about everybody else on the team should be remedying to that really shortly here.
Yeah, just as I say that now, sorry, you say that Sunrise Bar is going to be controlled by Slash and a supporting IQ, but that is just one step to the plan of Luminosity here. They have still quite a while to go in their actual execute if they want to control the site itself. But Rexon taking the droning opportunity to spot out any operators possibly sitting in Hookah itself, maybe being able to get a direct kill on one of them if Rexon does choose so to make an aggressive push into the objective now with the super grabbing the kill on Slash. That is a big pickup. Jackal's going to be down for Luminosity within the first minute and a half of the round. Rexon now holding on the main window, and Super still trying to play super aggressive on the pitch here. Diffuser is down. He knows that, and he does know about his potential with that. And the blue stairs is going to be taken away from the defenders now, with Talk being a big collateral 4v2 situation, 3v1, more kills going down for the attack, 2v1 with Slemon getting a triple kill. Now 1v1 situation, it is up to IQ to win out the round for Luminosity. Now the Legion does not have very much health to work with, so it is going to be an uphill battle for him. He does have pistol in hand right now, and the IQ finishes off the round for her team with Sleben being absolutely capped. I'm sorry about that, Sleben. You got your pistol out, man.
He did hit his first bullet, but you know he was only allowed one shot before he was taken out of the picture, and one shot did not hit the head. Therefore, he failed in his mission. It was a do-or-die situation, and it turned out, well, he died. All in all, what can I say? It happened so quickly, and we saw so many kills. They seem to be one-sided, you know. Here you see Hyena getting a kill, a few more of the defenders falling in rapid succession. Here Doc being taken out of the picture. But then we did see that triple kill, didn't we? Bringing us back to a 1v1 situation. And I would somewhat have expected it to go the other way myself, as I believe Sleben had been injured, well, quite a lot actually, as we see on the replays here. So he did not exactly have the advantage, and IQ was peeking here, so she really definitely had, well, the upper hand, knowing like when to pre-fire and the like. So yeah, nice push. All in all, it was a really solid execution.
Yeah, and I'm just going to comment really quickly on the efficiency of the Zofia and IQ being able to push up blue stairs in tandem. That was team efforts, especially one of them not actually capping the other one. So that's within itself is something hard. I've done that so many different times when pushing up with a friend, trying to take over a site. But of course, we're talking about PL here and these big pro league teams, so we don't really expect too much of that from them. This being said, now let's walk into our next round. We will be seeing Echo for the first time, I believe, and this time around, Goddess is going to be playing it. Goddess being our immediate support player, so she's going to be feeding that intel she gets to the other residing defenders, as being Jaeger, Vigil, Mozzie, right? Those absolutely amazing roamers on the pitch, and hopefully she will be able to give them just enough intel to pick up the executes for this round.
So it's the first time we're seeing a kitchen hold, so the meta here is going to be slightly different, as you really do not want to lose control of the verticality here. So it's really the first time we're seeing dedicated roaming operators, Vigil and Mozzie. I mean, the only one that's notably missing would be Caveira, which we never see in Pro League for obvious reasons, but definitely the objective itself almost seems like an afterthought. The control of the top floor is absolutely crucial, is actually the backbone of the defense here. Sleben absolutely holding the long angle, absolutely ready to be peeked here. As he does, he will just be rotating out of harm's way just to drone out one last time, and he absolutely knows what's coming his way. He will not be in a good position right now.
Yeah, Sleben is playing super, super aggressive on the pitch as I say this. He gets capped by the knower Sledge. And with Slash having that type of control out of 90, this is going to be turned very quickly into a 3v5 situation for Sonics, just as I say, it's 3v4. God is picking up a kill on the Dokkaebi. Diffuser is going to be down, but with Eastville, I mean, it's going to be picked up very easily by the attackers. Gumpy now sitting in the security room. We were going to have Smoke sitting on a blue stair, so lots and lots of holding angles right now for the defenders, and we might be able to pick up a few kills if the attackers are not safe enough with the way they want to rotate out of here.
Well, the destruction that Sledge is causing here right now can be really detrimental to the later rounds of the game, because as we can see, though he was previously not smashing the floor above the objective, he was in a good position to block out any null rotations back to the site, making it so much easier for the attackers to plant and subsequently hold the diffuser, as Goddess will be droned out, does not win her engagement, putting us in a 1v4 situation. Comfy back on site. That is as far as it gets, considering when a 1v4 situation, he will be pushed from a unilateral 3-man. He was not going to survive that.
Unfortunate. Yeah, he had little to no chance of survival on that one, but great try overall. I would have to give it to him, even in that 1v4 situation. But yeah, so looking at that round in replays, you obviously Sleben was playing a very aggressive position. Kind of gonna question that one, especially because he was holding angles where he could get fast peek from, and it wasn't necessarily an efficient way of playing the 90 hallway. I wouldn't say that. But, of course, you know, new strategy potentially, and great try on his part. Unfortunately, he just got bested by enough pressure. I just can't really say too much about how he could have rotated out of there. He didn't really have a chance to even do so. He just attempted to hold angles and play aggressive up until he just really got a quick peek. Yeah, we're going to see this replay again.
So, round 7, first round that now Sonics is going to be attacking, Luminosity defending. My question is, will we be seeing different playstyles, or are both teams going to have a similar strategy to defend the objective? I would argue, well, we will definitely be seeing something new. First of all, look at the composition. Valkyrie, Echo, and Modzi. We are definitely putting a heavy emphasis on the intel capabilities here, so that's going to be really interesting. And if we just look at the attacker's composition, Gridlock will also be making an appearance. We haven't seen her so far, but with that being said, the composition is one thing, the setup is going to be another. So far, I don't have much to say on that. It's pretty predictable, nothing really out of the ordinary as far as I can tell.
Yeah, so, of course, again, this is going to be happening the second time around with the same type of setup, just like you were saying. The actual shield is going to be going up in 90 once again. They're going to be retrying that strategy, possibly with some success if we are going to be getting a little bit of intel support, just a little bit more from the actual supporting defenders, such as possibly Echo, right? We could be seeing maybe Goddess picking up some intel for her team and just in effect supporting like the role she has decided to take now. Luminosity, so of course they've got the Doke in play, right? The IQ, the Sledge, the Zofia, the Ash. What this tells me is they're gonna have a lot of breaching efforts, right? This is it really seems more to me like a fragging composition and lots of hard just destruction in general. So good luck to them on that front. I definitely expect that they're going to be going VIP once again, attempting to break down the floor. And if they are able to successfully do so, we might just be seeing a similar situation from the previous round.
Absolutely. What I'm quite curious to see now is where the push is actually going to be coming from. So we saw that everybody on Sonics were on their drone at some points, and They are really in full control. They seem as if they know everything that's going on the map. So where do they think is going to be the easiest way to come in from, or where do they think the push has the highest chance of success? Neptune's definitely going for the frontal full face assault. Gomfi is going to be cutting off rotations, as Sleben here is definitely going to go against the roamers. But yeah, a few pre-fires from above will be putting him in a more passive position. He really does not want to just rush in head first. So for the time being, he is not really going to find himself in a firefight.
Yeah, and I would just have to correct myself. Everything I just said in the past minute, yeah, you can tell was complete bullshit because I was not watching the right VOD there. Now I'm on the right VOD. That is my bad completely.
You were watching the stream.
Yes, I was probably watching the stream. So yeah, I was casting on something completely different, but it actually kind of is similar, so we can say that, right? Yeah, again, guys, I'm sorry. You're probably going to be watching this and saying, what the hell is she talking about? But yeah, so actually into this game, we will be seeing possible engagement from 90 this time around. Rexon able to stim himself up with Dog. Penthouse is going to be under this contest from Sleben. Now he is at very, very low health, so he will be having to play this possibly a little bit more passively. And Gridlock attempting to actually take control of the objective. She does, and she does put the plant down, surprisingly on below the pool table, and the defenders are going to win with Luminosity coming out with the Echo. What is happening, guys? Oh my lord. No.
They kind of seem too passive to me on that one. Like,
yeah,
running out of time like that.
Definitely. I think they played a little bit too indecisive up until the end. And when that happens, you know, especially with IQ up, she really should have had the time and the awareness to take out the Echo cam. Especially when you know that Luminosity is going to be playing Echo this time around. But regardless, great try from both teams. And I would have to say that... Sorry about that. I just had to fix the setup here. Yeah, again, great try for both teams, but overall, again, a little bit too indecisive for Sonics that round. If they played a little bit more on security and being able to take Aqua more efficiently, they might have had that in the bag.
So we are now in a match point situation, 6-1 in favor of Luminosity. This looks like it's going to be won by a landslide. It was also Sonic's pick of a map, if I'm correct. So you talked yesterday about how ironic it is that the team that picks the map usually ends up losing it. You want to talk a bit about that? Because I really just realized this when you talked about it publicly yesterday.
Yeah, so actually we see this a lot from the desk hosts and analysts when they predict which teams are going to win. They normally predict it wrong a lot of times because you just see the most unexpected things happening during these games. It is absolutely crazy. The types of strats that are pulled out, the types of gameplay that it's just completely unprecedented. That's why being a caster is probably one of the most uplifting experiences, the craziest experiences in your life, because it is all so unpredictable. You like to see a lot of what actually happens in these rounds, but normally you don't really like to predict it because you don't really know what's actually going to happen. That being said, when a lot of these teams go against each other, they're going to be predicting a specific outcome, but you never know until you're going to actually get into the game what is going to happen in effect. So this could, you know, cause some teams to underestimate their opponents, right? Or even overestimate their opponents. So it might cause a little bit of a actual, I don't know what the right word for it, potential relapse in judgment from each team. So they might be cause for a win or a loss in these different types of rounds.
So here we go, Slash is destroying those track stingers with this silence pistol nonetheless, so he really wanted to stay as stealthy as possible. This stealth, however, is going to fail him right here as Goddess. We'll just toss another track stinger after getting a kill using the high ground here. Nicely done, and we could really expect the diffuser from being planted really quickly. Running through the smoke is going to take a bit of damage, but everything that matters at this point is going to be the objective itself, as we find ourselves in a 2v3 now situation. The two remaining defenders, though they're at the top floor, are not exactly in the position to prevent the diffuser from being planted, and their positioning is not not really going to allow it for being disarmed as well. So Hyena here, well, there you go, he just gave up.
Oh my lord. Well, yeah, he just suicided. He just committed suicide by C4. That was an amazing sight and an unfortunate one for LG. Now, this is a interesting phenomenon that we have here, but match point situation. Actually, we haven't talked about the point of no return, and I believe we already actually have hit match point.
Oh yeah, it's now 6-2, yeah.
It is now 6-2, so we're at that fateful time. Would you like to explain what exactly the point of no return means for those people who are just now tuning in, that we like to call it?
Yeah, so as we call it, the point of no return. As far as I know, no other casters call it like that, or even talk about the phenomenon. So it's gonna be something new for pretty much about anybody who hasn't tuned into the channel before. The scores are now 6-2. Luminosity has a solid advantage, and Sonics, if they want to have a shot at winning the game, they have to win 4 rounds in a row to even get to overtime. And even in overtime, they're not yet guaranteed to win. You know. So they are facing a really, really hard hill to climb if they want to come back from that situation. And given their past record, I mean, this game alone, given that they are barely able to win a round at a time, I really do not see them winning 4 rounds in a row. Therefore, effectively making it, in my opinion, as good as one for Luminosity here. Though their previous round was won by a landslide, so maybe if they can get the ball rolling, they will prove us wrong. And, you know, having close matches are always really nice to spectate and to cast. I don't really see that happening right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, Sonics is going to have a very, very steep hill to climb if they want to win out their rounds and stay in the actual match itself, and especially with Coastline it being one of those teeter-totter maps that can be won by either side. It is gonna kind of predict the way that this actual proceeding might go, considering the fact, again, yeah, that this is probably going to be the closest proceeding that we will see all night from these two teams, and for it to be 6-2 like that, a landslide, that is something you don't necessarily want to see. But let's talk about the round. So Vigil is going to be roaming here. He possibly will see, yeah, he is definitely going to be seeing a lot of pressure from the attackers. Yeah, just as I said that, he's going to be picked off by Neptunes. Lots of kills going on here right now. 3v4 situation. LG taking a few kills for themselves, along with Sonics grabbing some collateral into LG. Now the Vigil and the Mozzie going down for them. That is a bit of intel away, but that is not the biggest impact frag we will be seeing here tonight. Now, with about 1:30 left on the clock, this does give Sonics quite a lot of time to make an execute on the objective if they do so choose to. We will be having Blue Bar being open concept idea, with the courtyard being in effect here. So it seems like SQ is going to make an attempt at actually surrounding the objective and taking away the remaining defenders. Double kill here for I believe, yeah, that was Doodle. Yeah, double kill here for Doodle now with a 3v3 situation. Jackal attempting to make an angle for himself down main hall.
So the diffuser is right outside of Sleben's reach. He sees it, but he knows he cannot quite get to it. That kill could have been really important, but he will be refragged immediately. Now 37 seconds remaining. It is going to be pretty much do or die now. Comfy, though he has the diffuser, yet has to find a way to get on the site and safely plant the diffuser as Goddess is rotating. There's no way right now to set up an effective cover fire. So it really does look like we're going to go through the main entrance here, leaving us with another kill here. 1v2 situation. Doc has a nice cross angle. Is his position known? It does not seem like it, but the attackers are now in, and the diffuser is sure to be planted really quickly here. it is now or never, and Doc fails to prevent the plant of the diffuser. Sonic's winning his second round here.
Absolutely amazing plays from Goddess. You can obviously see her frag potential, especially as a support operator. I mean, I hate to toot her horn and everything, but wow, right? She was able to not only take advantage of the fact that it was only a 2v2 situation, but completely take control of the objective, able to get the plant down, and without even having it get down, she took out the Doc with one swift motion. That was an amazing play on her part, and great game sense for her to know that Doc was going to be rotating around that area. Of course, they knew where Doc was. He gave himself away with those pre-fire shots into the delivery area. Not quite sure why he did that. He could have waited to get to the bathroom, but nonetheless, the round has been played out, so nothing can be quite changed anymore. Yeah, definitely great plays on both parts. Of course, we saw that, you know, the Sonics team wants to hang on a little bit longer here. They are shining in their attacking rounds, so if they're able to get some momentum geared up for themselves without Luminosity shutting them down at every angle, we might be able to see a potential comeback. Ooh, with an overtime potential.
Oh yeah, if we do see that, well, the game is going to be so tight that it's going to be really interesting to spectate. We are yet, well, a few rounds away from that, and Sonics are still in a match point situation, so they are still backs against the wall. Any and all mistakes are going to be fatal to them. And if you would just remember at the round's history, Sonics, the only 2 rounds they've won on attack so far were on Kitchen. So Hookah Billiards was a successful defense. As I say that, that is not looking good here. Yeah, attacking Hookah is going to be definitely a big challenge, considering we're in a 3v5 situation.
Yeah, that is the definition of an impact frag right there, as Luminosity able to just what was that, guys? Sonics, you guys gotta understand, like, it's a 6-3 match point situation. Luminosity has everything going for them right now, and you guys unfortunately just let yourselves get spawn peeked right out the gate there. That is so unfortunate, but they will have to live with that proceeding, as the rest of the round is going to have to take effect with a 3v5. Now Sophia hanging onto the hookah balcony, so hopefully she will be able to get some waves made for herself, along with Super hanging on the actual hookah window. So potential angles will be made, potential executes will be made, as Goddess is now going to be sitting in Aqua. So lots of forward positions, especially from Goddess, for her being a support player and on her own at that. But it seems like, yeah, an execute is going to be imminent here, with the supporting angles being held by Goddess's counterparts. Now Sophia attempting to hit into the hookah area.
Yeah, Super is more or less gathering intel now. He definitely looks like he wants to go for a flank or to try to mix things up, because right now in a face-to-face just firefight, basically just trying to get the jump on your opponents, it is just an uphill battle for Sonics right now. So they really do have to find an ace up their sleeves, and Super, if he's able to gather something quite interesting here, could be that one flicker of hope they're looking for. He seems to know somebody's back there. That somebody is going to be Slash, and Slash seems in absolutely no hurry to peek. After all, time is playing in Luminosity's advantage here, so he really has no incentive to do so right now, thus putting that possible firefight into a deadlock for a few seconds. And eventually, yeah, Super had to do something. He's able to inflict quite a lot of damage, and able even to put Slash down with a lot of damage done to his own person as well, so he will not be able to just keep on going and to get into other firefights like that. But for the time being, he is now free to do his thing.
Potential execute is going to be going down here with a Goddess now on the billiard site. We'll be seeing lots of engagements going down. A double kill for Super. 2v1 situation. Luminosity winning out round 10. Wow, that was absolutely crazy for that to happen. I'm not even sure quite what happened. We didn't even get to see what happened to Goddess. But yes, this is going to be ending in a very, very quick and swift win for Luminosity. So that is going to be our first map, Oastline. Our second map, however, will be console. We've already talked about this in detail before the actual game started. But right before we go into it, we might be talking about it again. If you guys do so, please for us to do so. And yeah, we also be talking about the bands themselves. So I just want to say one thing before we end this off. I saw that Veli was in our cast. I am such a big fan of Veli. I am so sorry to be doing this to you right now. This is so unprofessional, but I am the biggest fan of Veli. I love him to death. I take notes from him. I actually do. Take notes from him. He's the
So sorry, the transition
whatever you wanna
always
call-
does overload the computer. Audio just lagged here. Let me just make sure. So Consulate Luminosity attacks first. So Luminosity, that's looking good.
Alright, we're gonna be going into Consulate.
Yeah, the only thing that the players, as far as I know, hadn't specified during the map ban phase was who starts attacking on overtime. So that's the one thing. So Sonics will be attacking. All right, Sonics will be attacking. Should we have an overtime situation? Let me just put in the team's names, and we will be as good to go. I will try my best not to butcher their name again. That would be quite embarrassing. So, just to make sure, Luminosity attacks first, they're blue team, and Sonics attacks first on OT, so orange team, OT attack. Alright, as they are ready, let's just jump into it.
For sure. Alrighty, so this is going to be our second round of this match tonight. Sonics versus Luminosity. So, yeah, okay. Consulate. This is a this is a big map. So let's take a quick look at the bans now. Thatcher is going to be our first ban. That was quite a quick ban. Of course, you will want to be taking out Thatcher on Consulate. Any type of utility blocker that you can get is going to be a detriment to the defense. In effect now with Cafe and Garage definitely being the main point of Thatcher's abilities. It does seem to be targeted towards that site now, with the second ban, very logical, being Capital. Capital is a pretty straightforward utility operator, very powerful at length. He immediately shuts off rotations, therefore dealing damage to any attacker that walks in his bolts, and has the ability to tandemly have smokes. Not even sure that's a word, but I will use it now with Maestro being our third ban. And of course, again, this is a very expected ban to be seeing from these different teams. It really comes to me as a comfort ban, if anything. Of course, he's a straightforward plant denial operator, along with a very overbearing, powerful SMG, and the last operator is going to be another Intel operator, Echo. So actually the last two Intel operators, straightforward, we will say, are going to be Mozzie and Valkyrie on this match today. So it actually pretty much is a good idea to be taking Echo off this time, especially with the last proceeding of the Coastline match. We did see the Echo was put into great use during one of the defense rounds for Luminosity. Unfortunately, Sonics had made the indecisiveness very clear throughout that round and got bottlenecked by the end. So great awareness to be shutting down Echo at the best possible moment.
So here we are, jumping into the first round. Cafeteria, Garage, really no surprise. Some teams will sometimes go to another bomb site just to confuse the enemy. For example, should we go Console, Luminosity would hypothetically guess we go Garage, and we'll be bringing a composition that's not exactly tailor-made for the bomb site that they will be actually pushing. But all of that is just speculation, as Sonics are going the obvious or the predictable route here. Goyo will be making an appearance for obvious reasons. He's really good to kind of substitute smoke, you know, area of effect. He can really deny access to a small portion of the map for a few moments here, which can come really handy later on in the round. However, the Vulcan shields are quite easy to destroy given any Ashes breaching round. Zofia's KS-79 or Dokkaebi. Oh, Dokkaebi doesn't have the frag grenades in that instance, so any null verticality play can also easily put an end to those pesky shields here.
Definitely. So, I believe if you go up on the rest of the roamers, would we be able to see this in a third-person view, if possible?
Sure. Yeah, so you see
Alrighty. Yes,
Goyo's the
second
only one up
floor.
here.
Yeah, I actually wanted to comment on Goyo sitting up in the bathroom if you haven't already. So, yeah, Goyo and Mira in tandem with each other. Now, Goyo is going to be sitting in the bathroom. We know this meta. As a matter of fact, this is definitely nothing new to us. We've been casting this a few days now, but I will give you guys a straight summary of what is going to happen with Goyo if he does play this out successfully. So, we have seen the Nitro Cell come out from these different operators going into Piano. So the verticality will be played from the attackers, hopefully. Going into Piano, they're going to make opportunities for themselves, and hopefully, again, hopefully, they will be able to open up opportunities, more angles into the objective than we can previously imagine. So, that being said, it is going to come as a contest for Goyo to be sitting in a bathroom. Not quite a direct contest, but you guys get the point. So for his presence just to be there, it is going to be an engagement. So yeah, just as I say that, Goyo will be taken down by Rexon. Rexon, I once again having 1 health. What is up with this guy? He's been getting shot at this whole time. Why does he just never go down, man? He's such a gunner. Okay, I'm not gonna
Ash's
keep on
hitbox,
going.
you know? Ash's
Yeah,
hitbox. Yeah, all kidding aside, this was a solid kill here. I really thought, looking at Rexon's health, that he was at least down but not out. So really lucky on his part, and that's old news at this point. But you know, with being revived at only 20 HP, this is not going to be worth it, and they're not exactly going to be wasting time doing that. So he really just has to accept that any and all mistakes, like you can even just sneeze in his general direction, and he will just fall over and die. So maybe he'll become a bit more passive or a bit less aggressive, because definitely you don't want to have somebody that's this low on health basically leading the charge here, but he really does not seem like he wants to relent here, stopping short just of that smoke cloud, because it will absolutely kill him in an instant. But you only need 1 HP to get a kill, and that's exactly what he did here.
Yeah, Gavi taken advantage of in this situation. Now just going to be Kaid down. Unfortunately, Kaid didn't really have any lasting effect on the round anyways, but Mira taking the engagement here. She does get shut down. Factor now being able to support the plant, going down by Doodle, with the Thermite taking the advantage on this plant, and Luminosity winning out a flawless first round for themselves.
Absolutely nicely done. Like,
Wow.
there's nothing to comment on that. It was just a solid attack, and it really does show. Or for those of you just tuned in, like I just saw in the chat, like what was the score of the first round? Looking at that round, the first map. Sorry, looking at that round, you really do see why Luminosity were able to best Sonics on Coastline.
Yeah, I can agree with you on that one. One thing I would have to note on this is the fact that Luminosity was able to, with ease, I mean with absolute ease, without any collateral whatsoever, take over the bathroom. A bathroom is a big staple for the defense to be able to hold and be able to control throughout the round. So the fact that it was taken away from them so very easily kinda alarms me in that way, because why, how? I kind of like question that. Why wasn't the Goyo getting any support? Especially if you're holding up there, you want to have more support with you. You want to have the ability to take a Nitro out if you do so please, while being able to have somebody else watching your flank, watching your angles. So I can't really talk obviously for Sonics, but I do have to question the choice they made there.
So second round, after sadly losing a defense in the garage, Sonics will absolutely go there again, but as we can see, they did not have a winning recipe on their hands, so they will absolutely try to mix things up, and that update, or that, well, improvement, supposedly here, is going to come to, in the form of a top floor hold, and not just a first floor, a second floor hold. Let's see what it gives. Definitely the anti-roaming, or the counter-roaming phase here on Luminosity is going to have to be a bit more, say, insistent than it was last time, since last time you only really had to deal with a trenched-in Goyo, so very few surprises were going to come from that proxy defense behavior. However, Sonics are really mixing things up here.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting with the Jaeger and the Mozzie sitting on top floor now. They're holding different positions, but they are still in an area where they can refrag off of each other if they can make that a possibility for themselves. But nonetheless, we will be having Sophia attempting to make the pressure available for herself on the disco area. Unfortunate she was not killed by that C4, but she was heavily damaged. So this is going to put her at an immediate fault with Factor grabbing the double kill for himself. That was an amazing distraction coming in to get the kills on the top roamers for Sonics. Now, I believe there's going to be, yeah, there's going to be a disconnect for
Yeah, got us,
Sonics as
lost
well.
the connection.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate. Well, we will be also seeing Castle and Pulse now holding up in the top floor. Castle getting taken out, and with Rexon grabbing a double kill to end off the round. What's going on? Are we getting a rehost?
Yes, we are. So as you can see,
Okay.
rehost will leave. All right, so that's going to be straightforward enough. So yeah, I will have to set that rehost up as we do not have a dedicated observer. So I will just let you go for like a 3 to 5 minutes. Well, analyst part here.
Okay. So yeah, I will space this out a little bit more as much as I possibly can. So Sonics, what they're doing wrong, what they could be doing right. So I feel like the positioning of them is one thing that they've been faltering quite a lot. Especially the refrag opportunity that they've been missing, and it's like you could even see in the last round here, they got distracted very, very easily and got completely taken advantage of from the remaining attackers. I feel like if they had a lot more intel on their side, right, they were in a position to refrag off of each other. I know, of course, you know, with the last round, the refrag, sorry, not the refrag, but the Goddess disconnecting, it kind of threw them for a loop, so they might have been a little bit distracted as is, but it shouldn't necessarily be an excuse for you to lose out that engagement outright, but just the rotation from one of these Sonics players, but I would still have to say that all in all, I feel like that could have been a better, or around better handled by Sonics. Just overall really better handled by them. They've been kind of faltering that way a little bit. They've been having like these small mistakes that are just adding up throughout the round, right? Like they've been having specific mistakes round to round. Like, right, their indecisiveness one round. It was another round where they were playing a little bit too aggressive and got taken away from that. It was Luminosity being able to capitalize on that aggression. It was also, you know, a million different things that could account for their failure in there. But the fact that Sonics, like I've brought this up closer to the beginning of the stream, Sonics has had to rely on the three main fraggers, of course, being Neptunes, here, let me pull this up, Sleben and Gomfy. Yeah, sorry, I forgot the names for a second. So, yeah, Sleben and Gomfy and Neptunes having to take the fragger role, like, just substantially, completely. Of course, you can understand that, right? Because the two other operators are going to be playing hard intel, but at the same time, when you have to rely on those three operators solely to get you those frags, and when they don't pull it out, and the fact that it leaves you basically in an unwinnable situation, and it greatly reduces the chance that you will win out those rounds, it doesn't really make for, you know, a great team situation. You kind of have to give up the round, and you kind of have to not really. You have to really figure out what went wrong, right? The heavy reliance, at times it can get a bit much, you know.
Absolutely. I have finished setting up the rehost. I have invited the one player that invited me as a friend. So right now it is basically just a. Oh, what did I? Well, when you double click, when you shouldn't, I had just blocked Factor. I'm blocking him real quick, and he is back into the game. So yeah, it will be just as straightforward as possible. We're just waiting for the players at this point. So let's just talk with the chat a bit, because you're doing a great analyzing part, but I don't want to
Yeah,
overdo it, because if not,
yeah,
with
people,
nothing new being added, you know. The first map.
people will be getting annoyed by my voice. I can definitely.
The first map was Coastline. It was won by a landslide, 7-3 in Luminosity's favor. You know what? Let's just. Oh, and they're ready again.
All right, we'll cut that conversation short,
Yeah.
but we'll get back to that after this next game. So the score, I believe, was 2-0, correct?
Yes. So we are
Yep.
now we're now 2-0 exactly.
Yep, and the bands obviously being Maestro, Capital, Thatcher, and Echo. Of course, you know, we don't have to go over these bands again, but just letting you guys know what is up.
I just want to say I think this was the fastest rehost I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So congrats on the players for that, because definitely when you're doing, say, a typical Go 4, it does take a bit more time, or a fair bit more time to get a rehost done. So it is nice to see that we are able to get the ball rolling that fast.
Yeah, it definitely is, and very refreshing to see that. But of course, you will be seeing surprisingly a 6 pick from Vigil to Pulse. So of course, obviously baiting out the Vigil and then going to Pulse was a great idea from Sonics, right? They definitely are going to be expecting some hard roaming, and they won't necessarily be expecting a C4 from below. So you can definitely account that to a potential frag for Sonics this round. So I am actually super excited to be seeing this played out.
Here we go with the top hold, and compositions are going to be somewhat different, but mostly the one thing I want to point out is Slash will be playing Dokkaebi. He has played Dokkaebi in the past, but that really does seem to me as if they're playing for intel or for sound cues. Just to some extent, it is nice to see Dokkaebi because we don't see her too often. So, you know, just for diversity's sake, I'm always glad to see this kind of operator making an appearance.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. And of course, Dokkaebi being used for the sake of intel, Dokkaebi also being used for her potential smoke or frag grenade. So, of course, she has many different factors to her arsenal. So you can definitely say that she is a multifaceted operator. But I will stop talking about Doug. We've kind of been going on a tangent about her. So Pulse sitting in the bottom area. He doesn't see that Zofia and he gets fragged out by her. That is so unfortunate. Doodle picking up a kill on the Pulse. So that is Pulse's Nitro. Pulse's fragging potential gone untouched. Mazi also sitting in the lockers area. He doesn't even realize where the ash is. Is Rexon going to take the opportunity? What? He doesn't! Mazi going up the spiral stairs, but he gets refragged out by Rexon. That is collateral that could have been completely avoided if Rexon had just taken the aggressive opportunity to capitalize on the Mazi. Oh no, and it's going to be a 3v4 situation for Sonics.
Yeah, this is definitely utility lost, and more than just a gun, the capability of not exactly wallbagging, but almost wallbagging your opponents. Actually, you know what? Factor playing IQ, you can literally wallbang them while they're shutting off their phones. If they do so, quite sad to see Dokkaebi going in such a fashion as well. You know, droning, well, you are in a vulnerable state. You really know that you have to pay attention. But in that case, well, Sonics got the better, or they got the last laugh. However, yeah, Rexon's position should have been known. Quite ironic to have Mazi being caught off guard in such a situation, as he's the only one, or aside maybe of from Echo, who has those mobile cameras. The drones could have been really vital in that situation.
Truthfully, but we will be seeing a double kill coming from Rexon up yellow stairs now, with Doc and Jaeger left to have to defend themselves. This is going to be an engagement between the Zofia and the Doc. Unfortunately, no avail for either operators. A double kill for Doodle, but Jaeger coming in contact with the Zofia, and she just won out with the pistol whip. Unfortunate.
Double kill as a final kill cam is always nice to see. That really does show that the player in this case, Zofia, was on an absolute roll, and you know what? That's spectacular, and we're here for a good show, so I really cannot complain on how that round went.
Definitely. I can also agree with you on that, but something that needs to be addressed. So the Mazi coming down the spiral stairs. What happened? Let's just get a recap from you this time around. You can work on the analyst job this time.
All right, more practice for me. I'm definitely not going to complain on that front. Pulse was dispatched pretty quickly. He had been drowned out, had taken a bit of damage, and definitely he was being pushed in a very coordinated manner by Luminosity. Matzi kind of came down here to support, in that case, Comfy, who absolutely did not know where Zofia was, and he just came in too late. You know what I mean? The replay should not be on screen. Hello, OBS, what are you doing? Sorry about that, or... Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, the Matzi came in just a little bit too late, so any and all intel Pulse could have fed him on his enemy's position was just too old to still be valid, and that's really what showed what we saw, you know? He came in blind, he played basically like it was Call of Duty without using his intel or using any and all capabilities that do make Rainbow Six, and he paid the price for it. His kill on Dokkaebi really was a lucky kill. Dokkaebi was on her cameras, and that's really her fault.
Yeah, unfortunate. This is already going to put Sonics in a position to actually win out the round. Actually, could be one of their first rounds won out on Consulate. So it could shape up to be actually a pretty good defensive round, but we'll have to see as the time goes on. Now, Zofia is going to be attempting to drone out the tellers area with the Dokkaebi holding on at the spiral stairs. So this is actually a multi-faceted push, and I am so in it to see it now. With Ash holding in admin, there's going to be multiple angles being held from these attackers, and with Dokkaebi holding on these drones, we might be seeing some intel being given to these attackers.
The first kill happened pretty quickly thanks to Sleben, but the rest of the round is going to be played in a really typical fashion. Slow and steady wins the race. The attackers, Tier Luminosity, have taken a foothold in admin and are slowly but surely trying to work their way up to the objective. However, it's not going to be unilateral push. Slash is definitely going probably by the console's window or at the skylight. Definitely going to be console's window, trying to find like those cheeky angles. His position will of course be known. The repel cord does make so much noise. Same for Sleben here. He has been spotted and he's actually roaming right now. So if we go for the counter roaming phase, which Zofia and Ash definitely are doing right now, this is going to be putting a damper on the attack on the objective itself, as we have to divert resources from there, and it's going to be kill, refrag after refrag. Oops, sorry about that. Leaving us with Slash in a 1v4 situation. That does not look well. We had talked previously about how Dokkaebi has a limited firepower, how you really do not want to be caught in a 1v whatever situation with her, and this is exactly what Slash is going through right now.
Yeah, definitely, especially on that DMR. She's more so used for long-range engagements than anything, but with the SMG-12, she can pack a punch, but not from a specific angle being held, especially medium-range distance. But less talk on that and more talk on the defenders now. Winning out round 4, I definitely expected that engagement from Super. So instead of, I actually just wanted to address a comment. So somebody said, I really don't understand the argument Sonics rely too much upon their fraggers. So what I meant by that is the fact that Sonics basically single-handedly relies on their fraggers a little bit too much. Listen, I understand like the whole thing, you know, the support players aren't supposed to get kills. Of course, I understand that, right? But the fact of the matter is that when big fraggers like Sleben or even Slash don't get any kills or leave the support players kind of in or even like a 3v5 or even a 4v5 situation, especially Sleben going down, it's too much of a reliance that at that point you have on your fraggers to get kills. So if your fraggers don't get kills or don't get the opening frags, you basically leave yourself to an unwinnable situation. Like it comes to an exaggeration point where you lose one player and you immediately lose the round, right? I mean, of course, it probably wouldn't happen like that, but you get the idea. So it just kind of trying to drive the point home. For example, like if Sleben were taken out within the first like 30 seconds of the round, that puts the Sonics team at an immediate big disadvantage, like crazy big disadvantage. So I can't really say too much about how the Sonics will actually react to that throughout their rounds if it does happen. I'm sure it already has happened, but yeah, just kind of giving an example on that one.
So good news is Sonics were able to win out on console. Bad news is this is now the third time we're going garage, and they've lost down there twice in a row at the beginning of the game. So for their sakes, we really do hope. Or no, not wow, I'm totally bullshitting here. Sorry, we're here in the main lobby, which is typically going to be reserved as a tertiary site. So seeing Sonics go there rather than go garage really does show that they don't think they can win against Luminosity in the basement area. Thus, it kind of seems to me like a proxy admission of defeat in that instance, you know.
Yeah, of course, I can definitely agree with you on that. And unfortunately, though, Zofia is going to take the quick engagement with Neptune's, finishing out her connector engagement. Now, Goddess holding under the connector, or sorry, the connector window, I believe, if I'm correct. Yeah, or sorry, not the connector window. It's actually going to be the first floor window. Sorry, I can't really get too much of a third-person view here, but I will just move on. So, Super holding in the projector room. 5v2 situation. Sonics at odds to lose out this round if Luminosity can put on the aggression even more. Now with Smoke staying up the top floor, we're also going to be having Duck sitting on yellow stairs, and I believe Goddess sitting in the actual objective itself. Now an engagement between Super and Factor that is going to prove very successful for Super now, with Rexon and him at odds.
So Super does not really know where the push is going to be coming from. Rexon was able to push into the building so far that the situations or the tables had been turned. Super now had to kind of find his way out of admins, and that kill will definitely be his ticket home, because definitely with that doorway being blocked, he was in a tough spot. Zofia was also able to get a foothold on the in the building itself, and I do believe, yeah, Hyena just got in as well. So now Super will be he will be outnumbered, and he also lost the direct floors or the direct rooms above the objectives. So should you have a good covering fire, some of the attackers could even start putting pressure on the objective, you know?
Yeah, so this definitely puts Super in a rock and a hard place, as I say that. Triple kill for him. Now Lion attempting to go into the main objective, taking control of that with the intel going off on him. So the defenders do know where Lion is, and Doodle grabbing the double kill now, this time on Smoke. So Lion and Zofia will be taking the objective now. Triple kill for Doodle. Is up to Goddess single-handedly to defend the site and prevent the plant from going down or a potential retake.
Yeah, plant is definitely going to be going down. 1v2 situation now, and the remaining attackers are definitely going to be taking positioning here to prevent that from happening. Goddess is able to get one kill, but Slash was not going to let that go unpunished, thus winning for his team the their fourth round. The Luminosity team now is definitely trailing ahead. Sonics are slowly but surely digging a nice gap between them and Luminosity, and we saw what happened to them last game. Let's just hope for their sakes that they're able to turn the tides before it's too late.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, that was quite a round. Super obviously picking up a nice 3K for himself, but it really just wasn't enough in the end. The Lion and the I actually believe it was the Zofia. Correct. Yes, the Zofia were able to see the objective, obviously take control of the objective and get down the plant. I mean, it wasn't that hard being a 2v2 situation. All they had to do really was take away the B site from Goddess. It was not that hard. She was sitting the other site, and they simply made the plant possible, actually put down the plant, and held their angles out efficiently.
So here we are, round 6, last round before a role swap, and apparently we will be going main lobby again. And I am curious, why do you think they went there, since the last round did not really bode too well for them? And considering the historical data, yeah, they won console once, and it's too early for them to go there again, so they were stuck between, well, two say bad options. Why do you think they picked the first floor rather than the bottom one?
Well, of course, according to the historical data, I believe it was a near flawless round for Luminosity on the bottom floor. And in a close engagement last round, you could obviously see this. But yeah, it was not a very good situation to be happening. But we will be seeing going into this round a very, very quick rush through situation already out the gate with about 30 seconds down in the round. Jesus, guys, you are just on a roll. Doodle is already going to be sitting in the bathroom, a connector site in between these two lobby situations. So Doc being able to sit in press room along with now Zofia being the diffuser holder in bathroom. Super is going to be droned out this time around. He does know where one of the attackers are, and he's going to be taking the aggressive stance on them, attempting to go downstairs and potentially make out a flank frag.
However, Comfy, waiting for that flank frag. Comfy is going to be finding himself in a 1v3 effective situation, though he still has a small foothold on one of the bomb sites. Should the plant be going down, he would be powerless to stop it. However, Zofia does not really look, Slash gets the kill. They didn't really look like they wanted to go for the plant. They really wanted to go for the kill, and it worked. After all, when you're at a 3v1 situation, odds definitely are in your favor. Super now really ill-equipped to take back the site. He will just be walking directly into Factor's line of fire, winning Luminosity a 5th round here. This is now at a critical situation. Sonics, they can really not allow themselves to lose any more rounds, given the current state of things.
Obviously, you could see as this round played out that Sonics was not expecting a rush, with Goddess being the sole objective holder, the sole anchor. She was able to pick off one person, but she just got bested by the amount of pressure that she had to take in from the Thermite and the Zofia in tandem. So again, then after that, the Thermite did get fragged out, but the Zofia still was able to hold on the bathroom area, leaving the 3 remaining defenders, and they eventually got fragged out, leaving out Super having to rotate back down to the objective and just kind of walking blindly into the fire of the attackers.
Luminosity, first round defending, will obviously, without a surprise in the world, be defending the bottom floor of the garage and the, how do you technically call this other room? It's the break room, isn't it? So we will have here pretty much what's expected. Factor reinforcing Visa office. Is it just to prevent the attackers from jumping down there, or does he really intend to keep a foothold in the server room? That would be unusual, but not exactly unheard of. Is Hyena going to go for a spawn kill? It is somewhat odd to see Doc just like wandering around close to a few doors and windows, and yeah, he definitely will be trying to put a swift end to that round, though some silhouettes spawn that way. Will they come up to the main door? And they will. It will be a first kill and a swift refrag. Nicely tried, but definitely he will not be winning. A definite advantage for his team with his actions here.
That was, again, a definition of an impact frag. Immediately, Sonic's confidence is going to take a big hit into this round. Of course, you know, it was Ash, right? It wasn't the biggest utility operator out there, but again, it also was a pretty substantial fragger for Sonic. So that being said, it doesn't really give them too much room anymore to play super aggressive on any type of engagements they want to be taking. And with this being put into effect, we will be seeing Doodle and Rexon now holding the top floor. What do you think about this?
It's quite interesting. We have seen that before, a top floor hold, but that went terribly south for Sonics. So far, however, Luminosity do seem like they're pulling this off better than their counterparts. However, if the push does not come at the top floor, if every attacker was to go directly for the garage, you would essentially short-circuit the defenders holding the top floors, since they will be holding or keeping control of basically thin air, which is more or less, and a bit more or less than more in that case, what we're seeing happening here. Goddess kind of testing the waters, but not exactly intent on walking up the stairs. That C4 sadly is not going to be prevented. And oh, the wallbangs here could almost work, turning the mirror window against her. Goddess will definitely be coming here and trying to give a helping hand to Sleben, but Sleben is also rotating. It does seem to me as if they both rotate at the very same time, thus leaving their backs potentially open, but at the same time, they really do want to put their firepower together. And here we can see maybe a potential wallbang happening really quickly here. It will be a wallbang, but in Slash's favor as Sleben gets another kill now. 1v2 situation. He is absolutely lit. Any and all mistakes for him are going to be fatal. He does not get the C4, but the C4 doesn't get him either. Mira, still in front of the window, is against pretty much all odds capable of getting the kills here.
Jesus. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, that was an unfortunate end to this round. Wow. Okay. All right. Well, geez. All right. Anyways. Yeah. The frag potential wasn't a reality for Goddess there. We were talking about this earlier, of course, with the support players not being able to make as many frags as they should really be making, or having the at least potential to do so in these types of clutch situations. Goddess is not a clutch operator as much as I'd like her to be. Of course, you know, would not count her out for being an amazing player, but then again, she's really not the operator you want necessarily in those types of 2v4 or 2v3 situations where she has to make a play, she has to get at least one kill. Sleben, at very low health, wasn't really able to do much anyway, so it was basically solely up to Goddess to take on those engagements, and unfortunately she did get bested by the Mira, and it really was a lost round at that point.
Can I just interject something real quick and go on a bit of a tangent? Did we want to try to set up a post-game interview with the players here as we're in a match point situation? That would be a good time to post that in the chat, like, hey guys, please watch your DMs or something like that. Do we still want to do that?
Yes, actually, I would like to do it with both teams if possible, the losers and the winners.
Alright, so I'll tell them that.
Alright, well,
so sorry for me not spectating when I'm typing the message.
Yeah. So, let's actually take a look at Kaid here. He is going to be holding above in the projector room. Quite an interesting angle to be seeing from him. Of course, not an uncommon angle. We have seen this before in the past. Of course, past seasons of Pro League, past metas have really utilized this angle. So, I can't really say that we are seeing anything new, seeing anything that's going to break the absolute meta, but yeah, just drop my pencil. Kaid actually now will be holding at the bottom floor. Rexen grabbing a kill right on Sleben. This is going to be a double kill this time around for Super. So a 3v5 situation from the gate, only 1 minute in the round. And again, big impact frags, right? Big utility and fragging operators. Just as I say this, more frags going down for the attackers and defenders now. Oh my gosh, this is going to be more situations. A 2v2 situation now. Gumpy grabbing up a double kill. But with Hyena being Doc, he does have the ability to stim up Slash. So that does come at a great advantage for the defenders, being now that they are at both very high health, 100% to be certain, and with Sonics only having one player with 100 health.
So this looks like it might just not be the end of Sonics. Just right now, we're still in a 2v2 situation. As I say this, however, 1v2. Goddess has full health, so Gomfi was a pretty soft target, all things considered. It is not going to be diffuser lost for Sonics. Does Luminosity know where it is? It looks like it. Hyena is not holding that angle for without a good reason. After all, he has next to no cover, but he is next to certain to have the advantage of surprise should Goddess peek that angle, which she wisely chooses not to. We will definitely be trying or attempting at least to recover the diffuser. Will that be met with success or failure? Hyena absolutely watching the angle, but no, Goddess is able to best him. It's not a 1v1 situation. She has the ACOG, Slash does not, so that long range engagement could have favored her, but definitely Slash does not want to stay in such a potentially vulnerable position. Both Goddess and Slash will be rotating, and now it's going to be up to whoever is able to get the jump on his opponent.
Yeah, it seemed like Goddess was just at the cusp of being able to frag out Slash without even having to take any damage there, but unfortunately
Attackers have
she
located a
was
bomb.
not. Now, Sophia being just a little bit under half health, she does have the diffuser in hand, so if she does choose to have
15 seconds
execute,
remaining.
which is going to have to happen pretty quickly here, she will
10
have the
seconds to
ability to
go.
do so. Now, with Sophia kind of attempting to rather get the
5
frag
seconds left.
than having to take the plant, yeah, we will be seeing engagement and the Jaeger picking off the last frag for the round, and that is going to be a GG for Luminosity. They have won 2-0, 7-1.
Yeah, a pretty decisive win, all things considered. Like, neither of those games were close. Sometimes you will see situations where in a best of three, both games go in overtime. So even though it is at the end of the best of three a 2-0, neither maps was close, but just happened to be luckily won by the same team. Here it was won by a landslide. Luminosity absolutely deserving their victory here.
For sure. Wow. So yeah, kind of looking at the replays here, again, very big landslide. It left Goddess in a 1v2 situation. That is definitely not something you should really have your support player being put in. Even with Goddess being on Zofia, she does, she is able to show off some of her frag potential, right? I mean, she does have a 1v1 potential. I will give her that. She is very good at those, but at the same rate, she is also a hard support player, so you can't really give too much to her in terms of being able to frag. I mean, she isn't necessarily supposed to be able to frag, but of course, absolutely great effort from her, and I feel like really Luminosity was just the better players. They really were. I mean, they outgunned the Sonics completely. They have that raw gun skill that you don't normally see, right? And even in PL, Luminosity has been able to show them came fourth place in season 10 and even qualified for the US Nationals with, I mean, easy success in that one.
So here's, I'll have to admit that I I had too much on my plate to see it right the first time. I had posted the message like we would be interested in doing a post-game interview, and a few players had answered, one with me and another with no thank you. So I am just now looking with the chat or with the stream delay. Slash wanted us to call him,
All right, Slash.
and Sonic said no thank you. So there you go. Do you want to DM Slash?
I am down to DM Slash. I would just need his Discord.
All on Twitter. I said watch Twitter DMs.
Watch Twitter
as-
DMs. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, so DM him on Twitter and
alrighty. So I'm going to have to look up his.
yeah. So
Yeah.
thank you for setting this up. And what can we say about these matches? I have to say the one round was somewhat unfortunate, as Goddess had lost connection here. This put Sonics in a disadvantaged position, which they really could not afford in the first place. Though we're only talking a round, it is enough to just put the team in a sour mood. This is to some extent an undeserved or unfairly played round. It is part of the game, as we don't really control online connections as much as we do on LAN, which would be amazing. However, let's not live in a dream right now. Let's remain realistic. So what else is there to add? I really feel like both teams had their moments. Like, we have seen a flawless victory from Luminosity, or flawless round, sorry, from Luminosity on Coastline, and Sonics, one or two rounds that they won, or actually in that instance, the one round that they won, I don't exactly remember how many players were alive, but it was won by a landslide. I do remember that much. So I really like what we saw, I think. What is unfortunate is how uneven the game was. I have seen this in the chat, I believe it was, said Sonics didn't play as good as they did yesterday, which is unfortunate for them. So maybe some external factor here is at play. Maybe something happened and they were not exactly 100% focused or at 100% of their capabilities, which we do hate to see, because this definitely just cost them, or losing that match. Well, I think we all know the stakes here. It is going to be really, really unfortunate for them. Do you have anything to add?
Really? I mean, there is something going on in the chat. I believe people are arguing a little bit for my comment that I had backed up with the whole support player and fragger debate. I just want to summarize that by saying I still stick by what I said. Of course, Sonics makes a huge reliance on their fraggers, and with their support players not really having too much frag potential in the end. But yeah, I will leave it at that and keep it with a finalizing summary. But this being said, I really commend both teams, right? We know Sonics got brutally defeated in the end there, but they still tried their hearts out. You know, we have to give it to them. Of course, Luminosity came out on top, right? And somebody even said that we weren't giving enough credit to Luminosity. We know that Luminosity is one of the best teams in Pro League, one of the best up-and-coming teams in Pro League, may I add. I mean, they are an amazing NA power, right? You can obviously see that, and the fact that they have been going through some roster changes, have been having to adapt as a new roster to the actual Pro League experience, and they've been getting this far with it, is a feat of itself. And then on top of that, for them to come in here and to give us this amazing showing, this blowout match, it is a dream come true for us to be seeing this here. So again, props to them, props to Sonics for playing themselves out tonight, and yeah, nothing too much else to add.
So did you manage to establish communication with Slash to get him to do an interview, or no luck on that front?
Actually, Slash is he DM'd me. We'll talk about that later, but we currently cannot be doing interviews with him right now.
No worries.
That's unfortunate, but you know, we'll survive. We'll get through it. So, we actually have to take the Sonics, sorry, not the Sonics, the Luminosity match. So I believe we agreed upon, we actually made an agreement with the players of who we actually gave Evil Geniuses versus Space Station Gaming to Razors for the lower bracket final match. So hopefully we'll be able to cast that one. Currently no comments have been made on whether or not somebody would be casting this next to be determined match in the lower bracket. So we might be able to catch this next match if this one ends pretty quickly here. Yeah, so Despo's, I believe, what was it? Despo? Oh, no, it was Intero that actually ended up grabbing this match. That's right. Yeah, it was Intero. So once Intero finishes up, we will be able to cast the next match, if that is all right. Unless Intero wants to, really wants to cast this next match, I'd say it might be all right if we have it.
Yeah, that's kind of the dilemma here. The closer we are to the final, well, the less match there is to cast, and the amount of casters is going down steadily. Like, I don't think Benny or Loaf are live tonight. However, yeah, I know Intero wanted to have the match that we just casted here, and I mean, we got it fair game. It's a first come first serve rule. There is some merit into saying that it is not the best system that there is. We could discuss that, but let's not do that right now. So considering he wanted the game that we just did, if he asked for the next one, I think that we could give it to him in good faith. You know, you just to like not create like a rivalry or a confrontational ambiance here with like no real valid reason or valid motivation. So if he wants it, I would be pretty much down to let him have it, since we just took the match he wanted. But yeah, the lower final is the real prize. So indeed, we will absolutely have our eyes set on that match, which will be happening tomorrow. But with all that being said, we do not yet know for sure if we'll be casting the next one or not. If should the things turn out this way, maybe Intro is not even interested in casting the next match. So it is basically a wait and see situation. So the only thing I can say is I think we'll kick us into the be right back screen, the intermission screen. And should the should fate be in our favor, we will come back out of that screen to cast another match. And if not, well, that will basically be the end of the stream. Do you agree with that, or do you have anything else to add on that?
No, not really. I mean, I've talked my heart out today, so I can't.
Oh damn it!
Really?
I did not want to start them so soon. Sorry, guys. Sorry, yes. So I have already put us into replays. Let's just keep them the right way. Disable the studio mode as it was overloading my computer. Stupid me. So yeah, anything else to add?
No. Just simply didn't work.
All right, well, guys, thank you all for being here. Maybe we'll see each other later on, should we cast the next match. And if not, thank you all for being here. And we will do our best to cast the lower final tomorrow. See you guys next time.
activating diffuser. Seconds left. Attackers drop.
Swapping mags!
15 seconds to go. Operators, you are out of time. Cover. Attackers drop the bomb. Five seconds left. Attackers are activating the bomb.
So
Oh,
we are
yeah.
back.
Check off the delay.
Took off the delay. Oh, you want me to say? Okay.
Yeah, you might as
okay.
well.
Yeah. Actually, we should.